Market Lamb, judge for the Arizona Livestock Show. Josh grew up on a grain and livestock farm in central Indiana where his parents had a handful of Hereford limousine cows and operated a turkey breeder facility. Sheep weren't as common in his area, but when he was 13, he purchased a group of Cordell ewes, and his passion for sheep industry sparked. Coons attended Juliet Junior College and then transferred to Texas Tech University, participating on the livestock judging team at both colleges. He began his judging career when he was 18 years old at the Iroquois County Show and has been judging livestock shows ever since, and at various levels from local, county, regional, state, and major shows all over the Midwest and across the United States. Coons is the Baylor County Extension Agent and lives in Seymour, Texas with his wife and their 4 children with his wife, and runs Coons Club Lambs, a Hampshire Influence Club Lamb operation. He advises exhibitors to always have fun, be competitive at the same time. Please help me welcome Josh to the 2018 Arizona National Livestock Show. This time we'd like to thank our sponsor in this in the sheep lamb division. Sullivan Supply is our 2018 Premier Show Product Vendor. They have provided high quality awards for our class, division, and reserve champion winners in the cattle, swine, and sheep and goat bowlers. Let's give Sullivan Supply a round of applause. Again, just to kind of give you a little idea of what's going on here today, there were 617 lambs entered this year in Arizona. That represents about 1.5 of what are in the ring right now. So now's a good time to give all these youngsters a round of applause for the great work and the level of competition they have come above.
Well, man, it's good to be back in the show ring, and a lot of thoughts kind of come to mind here when we step into the ring at the Arizona National, and I guess just to kind of keep things rolling and keep things brief, but at the same time mention a few things. I guess last week I got the chance to spend a few days in New York City with my wife, and I got to spend hours around people from all over the world, from all sorts of different backgrounds and lifestyles and stuff, and it's such a relief to get back to my roots and get back in the show ring around kids and say please and thank you. They shake your hand, they look you in the eye, they have respect for each other, and you don't know how good we have it until you spend a week in New York City around people that don't have it like we do. Man, it's a humbling experience, and when I left there, I told my wife, I said, I can't wait to get to Arizona and get in the show ring, get some dirt on our pants, and start sorting through these sheep and working with these kids, and it's been a great time. Like Dr. Cassidy, I guess I've been here one time. I'll just tell you a quick story real quick about myself, and it kind of has moral behind it, I guess. But in 2001, I was on the Texas Tech Livestock judging team, and we were judging market lambs out here underneath the palm trees or the big trees. I don't remember what it was. And apparently pigeons like to roost in those trees. I didn't know that. And so I'm handling the market lambs, and I'm acting like any other judging kid. I was going to get 50s on everything. Everybody was chasing me, and I felt something hit my head, and I didn't think anything about it. So we're walking along here a couple classes later when my teammates walks by and says, "Coons, check your head." I check my head, put my hand up there, and one of those pigeons made himself known, basically, on top of my head. And so I've been waiting forever to tell that story to somebody because, you know, it was one of those things that, you know, everything I had, all the intentions I had that day of winning that contest just went right down the drain when a pigeon did his business on my head. And so as the day went on, my mind was everywhere else. It was, you know, where else is it on my body? I don't even know what I took notes on that market lane class. So I guess maybe the moral behind the story is sometimes we're going to have crappy days, folks. And you know, in the sheep barn yesterday, there was a heck of a set of sheep. And I know there's kiddos ringside that, you know, maybe that pigeon did business on you yesterday. And you just, you know, you got bummed because you got third, you didn't get a chance to get in the champion drive, or you were 7th or 8th or 9th in class. You know, the world doesn't end and stop. Use that to dig your heels in and go forward. You know, another quick story is I never made it to the state livestock judging contest. I never qualified out of district in Indiana. But people saw some value in me, I guess, for some reason, and offered me scholarships to go to junior college and senior college. And you know, I didn't get there by just good looks or brains. I had to work for it. So continue, when you do have those bad days, continue to dig in and keep going forward and allow your work ethic to pull you forward and to move you forward. Folks, what happened earlier in this show ring was special. And if there wasn't a dry eye in here, you're a liar, because that deal was unbelievable. And I challenge you to find a place anywhere in America where something like that happens and we support and we got our backs. Because each one of us have the back of the person sitting next to us. And that's what's so awesome about this industry. Folks, let's put our hands together for these kids. We're going to slap you two up here in a minute.
Sam Smillen from Marcus, Iowa. And the buckle for the grand champion weather is sponsored by Salt River Project. Brings in Madison Rule from Division 4 from Warden, Iowa. Logan Jackson from Alden, Texas. Lycan FFA, and the banner is sponsored by Wright Club Lambs. Folks, great show. Let's give those kids one more Super Bowl round of applause.
That's something about
Jack Hall, 14 years old from Taylor, Arkansas. Jack is 14 years old, an FFA member from Taylor, Arkansas. He's been showing goats, lambs, and hogs since he was 5 years old. He spends most of his time in the barn traveling the livestock show with his sister, Riley, and their parents. This is the fourth trip to Arizona National Livestock Show, and it is his favorite national show. His best memory is winning the champion market goat at the Arizona National in 2015. When he's not in the barn, he enjoys making things in the shop, participating in FFA forestry contests, ag science fairs, public speaking, and parliamentary procedure leadership events. Showing livestock has taught Jack work hard and not take shortcuts. In the future, he plans to become a mechanical engineer, and his values he has gained in his barn will help him reach his goals. His favorite thing about livestock shows is the friends he has made from all over the country. Congratulations, Jack. Division 2, Julie Isbell. Julie comes from Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, and is 17 years old. Julie is a member of Fort Gibson FFA chapter and has spent 8 years showing. Julie is showing her reserve champion market goat, Ernie. Julie says that her livestock project is her paint-colored market weathered goat named Ernie. I've had Ernie for 6 months and have been preparing for Arizona National since early fall. Being my first year at Arizona National, I was extremely excited to get the chance to exhibit my weather goat here. Long nights in the barn, early morning feedings, as well as help from my family and friends all contributed to my success at the national show. Julie added her passion lies in the livestock industry, and the opportunity to compete in the market goat grand drive is truly a blessing. Congratulations, Julie. Helen Schroeder, Division 3. Hayden comes from Zephyr, Texas. Hayden is 14 years old and a member of Brown County 4-H Club for 7 years. Today, Hayden is showing his reserve champion market goat from Division 3 named Patrick. Hayden says that he has been showing goats for 7 years. Though those years he has found that it takes a lot of time in the barn, wash rack, and time on the track to make the winner's circle. Hayden absolutely loves the project and his family and had dedicated a lot of time to each and every one of the goats. Hayden's goat, Patrick, was born in April of this year and was named after one of my favorite quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes. Congratulations, Patrick. Chancelyn, Division 4, Chancelyn Johnson, 16 years old and from Potter Valley, California. She has been a member of Potter Valley 4-H Club for 11 years, as well as being a member of FFA for 3 years. Chancelyn has been showing livestock for 11 years, with this being her 4th year showing goats at the Arizona National. Showing the market goats has become one of her greatest joys and passions. Chancelyn has been honored with many titles over the years in the market goat and Weather Dam Doe show ring. This year, though it is her first market goat title at the Arizona National, Chancelyn would like to thank all the dedicated mentors who have helped her achieve this honor, especially Justin and Jennifer Burns and their entire J&J Livestock crew. Congratulations, Chancelyn. Maddie Cummings, Division 5. Maddie is from Sanger, California and is 16 years old. Today, Maddie is showing her reserve champion goat from Division 5 named Fortune. Maddie says that for the past 6 years, she has worked very hard to get where she is today. With lots of blood, sweat, and tears, she has conquered so many of her goals and dreams and is being one of the most memorable wins. Congratulations, Maddie. Macy Rochelle, Division 1. Macy is 16 years old from Adams, Oregon. Macy has been a member of Pendleton FFA for 7 years and a member of Team Smalley for 3. Today, Macy is exhibiting her Champion Division 1 market goat named Duke. Macy has been showing and raising goats for 8 years and has her own 20-head boar goat breeding business. Like any breeder, Macy is constantly trying to improve the genetics of her herd. After high school, Macy plans on attending either Oregon State University or Oklahoma State University and majoring in either animal nutrition or ag business. Macy would like to thank Derek Smalley for believing in her and thank her team and show family for all the fun times and support. Macy also would like to thank Mr. Hummel and his crew, her parents, and little brother for the guidance and support this week and for being a part of this incredible livestock experience. Congratulations, Macy. Katie Hummel, Division 2. Katie is 12 years old and from Cabry, Illinois. Katie has been a member of Cabry's Specials 4-H for 4 years. Today, Katie is exhibiting her Champion Division 2 market goat, Jacob. Katie adds that her family bred Jacob and have spent a lot of time working with him at home. At home, Katie washed, worked leg hair, exercised, practiced showing, and gave Jacob plenty of playtime. Katie also adds that she has had a lot of people help with her projects, including her dad and sister Tara, Craig, and Chase T. She wouldn't have found this success without their help. Congratulations, Katie. Lauren Ott, Division 3. Lauren is 21 years old from Norwalk, Ohio. Lauren has been showing for 13 years and today has the champion market goat from Division 3 named Bug. Lauren says that she has been lucky enough to be given several opportunities through the livestock industry to network and strengthen the virtues of hard work and dedication from a very young age. As her eligibility to show ends, she treasures the moments that she has had, but also looks forward to impacting the industry in the future. Lauren also says that this goat, like all the other projects, were possible not because of me, but a combination of loving family, a generous and talented team, and the blessing of knowing and being a part of the show world. Lauren is thankful and appreciative of all the opportunities that have been given to her through the 4-H and have gotten me to where she is today. Congratulations, Lauren. You bet. Hayden Schroeder, Division 4. You might recognize Hayden from the reserve champion goat from the Division 3, but now Hayden comes to us with a champion market goat from Division 4. Hayden is from Zephyr, Texas, and is 14 years old. Hayden has been a member of the Brown County 4-H for 7 years. Today, Hayden is showing his champion market goat from Division 4 named Larry. Hayden says that he has been showing goats for 7 years. Through those years, he has found that it takes a lot of time in the barn, wash rack, and time on the track to make a winner's circle. Hayden absolutely loves his project and his family and has dedicated a lot of time to each and every one of his goats. Hayden's goat, Larry, was born in February of this year and was slated for Arizona National, so Hayden named Larry after one of his favorite wide receivers, Larry Fitzgerald. Congratulations, Patrick. Tate Bidner, Division 5. Tate comes to us from Thorntown, Indiana, and is 17 years old. Tate has been a member of Boone County 4-H for 7 years. Tate is showing his Division 5 champion market goat named Taco. Tate has been showing since he was 8 years old and has shown all species. He has been judging livestock since he was 9 and aspires to go to college in the fall and judge livestock. Tate says that his livestock projects have taught him responsibility and dedication. He has learned that hard work and sacrifice will pay off in the long run. Tate showed at his first major show in 2011, and it really motivated him to want to be successful and to be the best he can be. Congratulations, Tate. Folks, there's our set. Brent Jennings. We'll now evaluate them. Brent Jennings is our judge today. Jennings is a 4-H livestock extension specialist at North Carolina State University and resides in Kinley, North Carolina, with his wife Allison and their 2 sons. He is a graduate of Butler Community College in North Carolina State. He had a non-traditional start to his career, agricultural career, and he did not grow up on the farm. But he was introduced to livestock through a high school student when he was in kindergarten. Jennings started judging livestock shows in the early 2000s. He appreciates the opportunity to give back to the young people and enjoy every chance he gets to work with the kids. He is excited to be judging the 2018 Arizona National Livestock. Please help me welcome Brent Jennings to the 2018 Arizona National as he works today. As he works through them, realized that there were 438 of the market goats that showed up today, which represent 2% in the ring today. A great asset as these youngsters have prepared and got to the ring today. Let's give them all a great big round of applause for all their hard work. Mr. Jennings is working through the class. I want to announce our sponsor for this, Western Ag Life Media. And you can be it. Paul Ramirez, a longtime supporter and a member of our board of directors as well as a past exhibitor. Paul has helped hundreds of our exhibitors through the years as an auctioneer or our sales champions. As an auctioneer myself, let's give this sponsor a round of applause.
Well, folks, it's been fun the last several days being here and having the opportunity to come out and work through the goats and just give my opinion on them, so I appreciate that, and I appreciate the chance. This is my second time in Arizona. I did come here back in my junior college days and had the chance to come and be a participant in the judging contest. So it's a lot different now than it was then, at least in my mind. I don't remember a whole lot about it. It seems like it should just have been a day or two ago, but it's been about 18 years now since I was here. So time passes fast, guys. And you know, with the ones you got coming and the speeches you've heard, I don't want to get too long-winded. I want to thank the folks for having me and giving me this chance. it's my first, I guess I won't say major show because I think all of them are major, at least in my mind. And I enjoy judging livestock shows, folks. I've had the chance to do a few, and I truly enjoy it and appreciate the opportunity that they gave me to come out here and do this, and I just want to thank them again. As we get down here and look at the goats, I want to say one more thing before we do that. I told my wife, and I want to tell her thank you. I know she's watching right now, for taking care of things at home while I'm gone, and I got 2 little boys there at home, and I got a little one, the 7-year-old and a 2-year-old, Zaid and Carter, and I want to thank them. And the only thing they asked if I came out here and they got to see me, they love to watch it on Facebook or wherever when I judge a show, and the only thing they said is my oldest boy said he wanted me to mention his dog named Jingle, and I don't know why, but he got him for a Christmas present. Santa Claus brought him to him, so he was pretty tickled about that. And that was the one thing he asked of me, that I make mention of that. So there you go, Zaid. I mentioned your dog on here and live, so congratulations on that, buddy. But all kidding aside, I mean, you can look down here through the goats, folks, and I don't want to talk about them again. You don't need me to do that. Tremendous quality. I think it just streams a lot about what y'all brought out here as you study from the first division to the last one. Man, they're good. They're real good. And I told somebody, I've had a couple of folks ask me, did I have one in mind? And honestly, no. The question to that, and the answer to that was no. I think to me, there's about 5 of them out here that a guy could go slap. Wouldn't argue with you if you liked a different one to me, but there's about 5 that are smoking good in terms of the way they're built, in terms of their handle, their freshness, their look from the outside. And it's hard to believe that we're at the stage we are now making goats like this. So I commend all of you. I guess at the end of the day, there's one that suits me, maybe the best at the end of the day, and I think puts the most positives together. I'm going to go out and show you which one that is here in just a second, but I would ask, because I know we got Dr. Hogue coming up in a minute, he's going to sound a lot smarter on this microphone than me, so I'm not going to get too long-winded. But I want to just ask that you give these kids a big round of applause. Great set of goats last week. Done a lot of fun.
Lauren Ott, Division 3, is our grand champion. Market goat drops in Hayden Schroeder, Division 3, comes in from Zephyr, Texas. The buckle for the grand champion goat is sponsored by Hummel Livestock, and the banner is sponsored by Salt River Project. Hayden Schrader, Division 4, is a reserve grand champion. Again, the reserve grand champion goat sponsored by Sullivan's Supply, and the banner is sponsored by Salt River Project. Yes, give them a little round of applause, folks, as they exit the ring. That's a great set going there. From Nicholas, California. JT's 17 years old. He's from East Nicholas. FFA. He's been showing for 8 years, and the name of his pig is Bert. Early morning feeding and late night walking is simple and quick. That's what he has to say. Congratulations, JT. Round of applause, you bet. Claire Kelly, Chester White, Reserve Champion. Claire's 12 years old from Tracy, California. Claire's livestock project is raising market hogs. To get to the winner's circle, she knows that it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. She and her sister spend 3 hours a day exercising and washing their pigs and cleaning pig pens. In addition, their schedule calls for them to do the early morning feeding before school each day. Claire knows that when you get to a livestock show, you just can't ring it. When you're out there, you have to work on it. Congratulations, Claire. Duroc. Madeline Wilson, 16, from Crescent, Oklahoma. Crescent 4-H. She's been showing for 7 years. The name of her Duroc is Little Red. My livestock project is a Duroc Barra. Through this project, I have learned responsibility, determination, strong work, ethic, and dedication. I spend many hours in the barn feeding, washing, walking, and working. With my Barra, I feel like this is what I got me into the Arizona National Livestock Winter Circle, and I'm very grateful. Congratulations, Madeline. Reserve Champion Ham, Lane Mossick. Lane comes from us from Perry, Michigan, and is 14 years old. Lane is a member of the NJSA and has been showing for 5 years. Today, Lane is showing Jager, his Reserve Champion Hampshire. Lane says, I knew Jager was special, and Austin Chalsburn brought him to the barn. Living in Michigan makes having winter pigs difficult. From walking in the snow to praying for sun, for good skin and hair. Lane also adds that he couldn't have made it to where he is today without the help of his parents, as well as Austin and Doug Albright. With that, their support and hours of walking, sitting pen aside, evaluating, and lots of text and videos back and forth, I was able to bring an amazing Hampshire Barra to my first Arizona National Livestock. Congratulations, Lane. Hereford Tamworth from Rhett Taylor, Okima, Oklahoma, 19. He's been showing for 10 years. His name of his pig is Zephyr 9-5. I've been driving Okies my spin second come north ever I have traveled down the road from my pig farm of R&R show pigs, 20 minutes to Hill Genetics, and I selected Okie. The road with Okie was a little bumpy and swelling to his castration, but over time, Okie has improved with TLC and fed out to be an elite one. I am so happy to attend my first ever National Arizona Livestock. The hard work has paid off to help pay my expenses for my first year of college. I hope to return next year to show and also judge with my collegiate livestock judging team. Thank you and good luck, Rhett. Jordan Neugebauer, Reserve Champion Land Race. Jordan comes to us from Orland, California, and is 10 years old. Jordan is his second year in the Plaza 4-H Club. Today he is showing his Reserve Champion Land Race Dudley. Dudley's my bud, says Jordan. He was reserve at the Western Regional and reserve here in Arizona. Jordan and Dudley worked well together, and between school and baseball practice, Dudley ate well on Mormon's feed, and with help of Russell Pedrick and Ottweiler's crew, Jordan would like to thank his mom, dad, and brother. Congratulations, Jordan. Emily Downey, Poland, China, 17 years old, and she's from Yukon, Oklahoma. Emily attributes hard work and spending lots of time in the barn for her success. She has received great advice from an outstanding advisor and she has very generous parents who allow for her to spend time doing what she loves. Emily, great enjoyment out of showing livestock and looks forward to returning to Arizona National Livestock Show next year. Congratulations, Emily. Reserve champion spot, Jasmine Clevenger. Jasmine is 13 years old and comes from Central Point, Oregon. Jasmine has been a member of the row cattle and swine for 5 years. Today she brings her reserve champion spot to us. Jasmine is extremely excited to get her first win at the Arizona National. Jasmine contributes her success, her awesome family, her parents, and her 3 siblings. She would also like to thank the Mendoza family for all her support. Congratulations, Jasmine. Reserve yard. Examiner is Braden Anderson is 17 years old from Caney, Kansas. He's been showing for 10 years, and the name of his pig is Big Changes. Braden enjoys showing pigs and sheep. This is his 3rd time in the winter circle at the Arizona National. He has been showing since before he was old enough for 4-H. He was excited to purchase this yard from Carpito Farms in Pueblo, Colorado. The pig name is Big Changes, and it took many early mornings, late nights to get where he is today. Big thanks to my parents and my Kansas Show family for always being in my winner's circle. Love you guys. Congratulations. Crossbearer Kylie Delark from Atwater, California. Golden Valley FFA, started at the age of 8. She's 17 years old. The name of her bearer is Thor. Kylie and her family have been showing pigs for No Limit Genetics for 9 years. Her passion and dedication for the livestock show pig industry has guided her through an exciting, successful 2018 show season. Kylie would not be where she is today without her parents, Mike and Mandy Gillard, and the Mendoza family, owners of No Limit Genetics. Congratulations, Kylie. Berkshire champion Katie Howell, Central Point, Oregon. She's 15 years old. She's from Jackson County, Oregon, 4-H. She's been showing 5 years. She's 15 years old. Name of her area is Tori. I was able to bring 4 pigs to the show this year, and I learned many things from each one. Belted Beauty, Atomic, Littermates, Tori, and Bubba. I learned every pig is different and needs different types of training. I learned to show my best and to never give up. Thank you, Team Ottweiler, for all your help and support. Russell and Amanda, for all you invest in each one of us each year. My parents and grandparents, for your love and encouragement, and the Arizona National Livestock Show board, volunteers, and sponsors to make this show possible. Thank you, and God bless. Congratulations, Katie. Champion Chester White, Maggie Roach, Gonzales, California, 16 years of age, from Spring 4-H. She's been showing 8 years. The name of her bearer is Jack. I want to start off by thanking my mom for putting up with my crazy pig passion and hauling me around every weekend. I would also like to thank Alan Rios and the Lloyd family for pushing me to do my best every time and walk into the ring. This amazing industry has taught me so much and has shaped me into the person I am today. Hanging a banner at the Arizona National has always been a goal of mine, and I'm still in shock it happened. I've been showing ever since I was 9 and plan to do it as long as possible. I've taken lots of long nights and early mornings at the barn to get me where I am. I am so grateful to have an awesome team here in support. Go Show Pigs and Generation X. Congratulations, Maggie. Max Heimer, champion Duroc. Max is from Taylor, Missouri, and is 9 years old. This is Max's first year in the Taylor 4-H Club. Max says that working with his pigs is a lot of hard work, but he really enjoys it. He especially loves Durocs and is raising his own to show. He says that showing pigs and cattle have taught him a lot about patience, hard work, and luck. He is also liked coming to the Arizona National and was excited to finally get to show here. Big Rig did great in the Duroc Drive, and I am glad I get to show him one more time, says Max. This will be a memorable Barra show for Max as he won his first buckle. Congratulations, Max. Champion Ham, Wyatt DeBuse. Wyatt is from Paso Robles, California, and is 20 years old. He attended Atascadero FFA and has shown for 14 years. Currently, Wyatt is attending Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, which allows him to stay at home and work his pigs for show that he can still attend. Wyatt lives by the quote of Waddy Hayes. The only thing even in this world is the number of hours in a day. The difference in winning or losing is what you do in those hours. Wyatt would like to thank the Arizona National for putting on such a great show and all those that helped him. Congratulations, Wyatt. McKenna Clevenger, champion Hereford. McKenna is from Central Point, Oregon. She's 15 years old and is a member of Crater FFA. McKenna has been showing for 7 years and today is exhibiting her champion Hereford. McKenna and her family came all the way from Central Point, Oregon, where McKenna not only shows very competitive hogs all over Oregon and California. McKenna is also a member of the Crater FFA program where she participates in livestock judging. McKenna and her three older siblings, along with her parents, work as a family unit, and without their help, she would not be able to work to be where she is today. McKenna would also like to thank the Mendoza family for all their guidance and the great hogs. Congratulations, McKenna. Champion Landrace, Jack Warren, or Jacob, comes to us from Galt, California. He's 16 years old and a member of Liberty Ranch FFA. Jacob has been showing for 7 years and today is exhibiting his champion Landrace Biscuit. Jacob is a junior at Liberty Ranch High School in Galt, California. Jacob has been showing swine for the last 7 years at the county fair and jackpot shows. But this is his first national show. Jacob spends countless hours preparing and working with his projects. Jacob would like to thank his family, especially his brother Andrew, Austin Young, and Bradley Ott for all their endless support. Congratulations, Jack. Poland Barra. is Isaiah Gamez from Cushing, Oklahoma. He's 13 years old, been showing 4 years. Is the name of his berry is Sheets. This is my Poland Bear named Sheets, bred by Kelly Sheets at Vegas Show Pigs. Teamwork is the only way today was possible. I have the best people in my life doing all they can to push me and assist me to be my very best. Congratulations, Isaiah. Spot. Mallory Yoakley from Moundville, Missouri, 14, has been showing 5 years. I have had an amazing experience in all of my years showing pigs. From the day when we went to pick the fellow up, I wasn't quite sure what I was getting myself into. I had never had a spot, and I had heard that they were a handful. It took a lot of hard work and dedication to get to this, where this one is now. And I am beyond thankful for all the people who stood behind me the whole way. Congratulations, Melody. And our yard, Rhett Persley from Locust Grove, Oklahoma. 20 years of age. He's a sophomore at Eastern Oklahoma State University and shows with the Locust Grove 4-H for 9 years. In order to summarize my livestock project, I have to begin with how proud I am of my bearer, because he hasn't had the easiest road. From prolapsing as a weanling to being held for these last 3 weeks at 290 pounds has kept him with the best attitude through it all. But even more importantly, I have to thank my parents for all the help and encouragement they've given me along the way. Being successful in the show ring is definitely a goal of ours, but perhaps only a bonus to all the hours and miles spent together as a team and family. Congratulations, Rhett. As we remember, Mallory's coming in with 2. Mallory Yoakley from Moundville, Missouri, with the Champion's Cross. Congratulations for all these folks. Dr. Hogue will now evaluate the market bearers. We'll lead a little bit about Dr. Hogue here. He's from Good Hope, Illinois, professor at Western Illinois University. His wife, Katie, has 2 sons, Carter, age 13, Nolan, age 10, 1 daughter, Nora Grave, age 3. Active show family that exhibits cattle, hogs, and sheep. Let's give Dr. Hogue and all the drivers of the champions today a good big round of applause. We'd like to thank Mark and Sandy Ottweiler and all of the Team Ottweiler for their continued support in being this year's title sponsor for the Swine Show. Team Ottweiler is located in Colusa, California, and can find more information about OttweilerShowPigs.com. I'd also like to thank WW Rodeo Livestock Systems. A big thank to you, Bo Sanders, WW Rodeo Livestock Systems, for your continual support and being here to help us way back since 1999. As long as supporter, we appreciate your part in helping us to grow. Let's give our supporters a round of applause also.
As we come to the close of what I have been totally impressed with in terms of a championship lineup, so many thoughts are going through my mind, and one of the first thoughts was it's kind of gotten to be a long process, so I'm going to keep my comments brief. But the older I get, it seems the more I talk, but I will try to keep it in check. First experience I had with the Arizona National was when Brian Hogue contacted me and said, we're going to be through the Macomb area to do a video interview. We at Phoenix want to take a different approach to advertising, to promoting our national show. Would you mind, or would you have time to meet with us? And I said, sure, that sounds great. Meet me at the Livestock Center and we'll do a little video. My wife and children happened to be there, and we did a little video stint there in the Livestock Center. And Brian got on his way with his videographer. My wife's like, what do you think? And I said, that guy's sharp. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, I don't know, something about him reads like this is going to be a first-class event. And what's interesting, from first impressions of Brian to the event today, it held 100% true. If you were here when the Simonson family was awarded and recognized for their challenging year, I thought his ability to maintain composure, keep it positive, and keep it really, really professional, I was terribly impressed with. Obviously, we've heard the word teamwork a lot today. If there wasn't a team of people that worked hard and dedicated and donated their time to the Arizona National, none of this would be possible. Before we go any further, Brian, the executive committee, and the entire staff deserve a great round of applause from us, if you would please. I like that today is more about the showman, and Brian talked about, we want to make this about the kids. We want to make it exhibitor friendly. I think the judges have all had positive comments today. I don't want to inundate those. What I've enjoyed is we've listened to 50 interviews of champions and reserve champions that have hit the ring today. 10 in the steers, 10 in the sheep, 10 in the goats, and 20 bear exhibitors. And I think that is the key to this. It isn't about what comments I have to say. I've thoroughly enjoyed listening to all 50 exhibitors put their thoughts to paper in terms of what their project means to them. And I sure think the takeaway message from today is multiple thanks from the young people towards their parents. I think the takeaway message today is the hard work, the dedication, the effort that these folks have put in has been absolutely recognized through their championship honors. But I love the common theme of it. And the last thing I'm very, very impressed with is their ability to recognize the team effort that it takes to be a champion. Not one person out here has put down on paper, well, I did it all, it's all my job, I'm awesome, and the rest of you people are not awesome. I think they've continually recognized family, they recognize breeders, they recognize those mentors that mean a lot to them within their project. And that, to me, 50 times these young people have put their thoughts on paper, and every time the common theme is thanks, hard work, dedication, and effort. And I think that 50 times validates the reason that I would leave my family. As I left home yesterday, we were trying to get a lot of livestock work done, and I guess the older I get, if I'm going to take time away from my wife and 3 children and not be with them, raising livestock and going to basketball games and spending family time, I'd just soon be in a livestock ring. I don't know what it is about a livestock show ring, but I find peace, I find tranquility when you have great livestock, great junior people, and a beautiful ring set up. The people are removed, the stock is here. I feel very comfortable with that. The other region of time I spend with is with college students, talking about livestock, talking about animal science. And what's interesting is if I took my 3 allocations of time, which would be family, livestock shows, and teaching animal science, livestock's a common theme. I don't know much else, to be honest with you, outside of the livestock sector. I think in my wife and I's 18 years, I think we've taken one family vacation to Walt Disney World, and that was 5 days away from livestock. If you take in the Wild Kingdom, there was actually zoo animals there, so I classified that as livestock in a 6-day trip. It's what I know, it's what I was raised with my parents, and my wife and I are really trying diligently to expose our 3 children to the values and the core concepts that the livestock show industry possesses. And so I'm very, very pleased with spending time at the Arizona National with such elite livestock and such great showmen. Last and not least, to the Simonson family, what I think that recognition did with their family trials and tribulations over the last calendar year, I sure hope it brings perspective, and I hope it brings reality to all of us that, hey, this is very important, and my decisions better be right. At least in my mind, better be right, because there's a lot of time and effort put into showing livestock, a lot of money spent putting into showing livestock, but at the same token, obviously family and family health trumps all that we could possibly give away in terms of banners, in terms of championship honors. So with that stated, it's been a first-class event. It's been distinctively different. There's many good stock shows in the country, and this is a national stock show that is one of the good ones that is put on within the calendar year. I think our champion, I'm a huge college football fan. I'm sure many of you are. Yesterday's flight, I spent the first 2 hours of the first college football game going from Peoria to Dallas, and then from Dallas to Phoenix. I did a masterful job of missing both football games yesterday. I watched Sports Center last night to catch up. The elite Division I athletes that I love to watch on the football screen are absolutely incredible to me. I think it defies human nature to be as gifted athletically and as fast and just dominant as they are on the football field. But there's no difference between the Division I football players that were recognized yesterday and our livestock showmen that are out here before us. These bears are elite athletes. These showmen are elite managers of these athletes. They work well together. There's no time difference put in between a collegiate athlete and these young people. I think it's very, very similar. One of the directors said earlier, only difference between these folks, I don't see anybody out here that can run a 4.240. Okay, I see nobody that weighs 350 pounds, close, maybe a 4.5. You're the oldest 14-year-old I've ever seen. Anyway, this is what we do. This is what we love. Enjoy your New Year's. We're going to pick a champion, a reserve champion bear, then a class event. Let's congratulate the exhibitors one last time.
Moundville, Missouri will be your grand champion. Callie Gillard steps in for reserve. The buckle for the grand champion bear is sponsored by the Ham family, and the banner is sponsored by the Ham family, and the scale is sponsored by the Arizona Pork Council. Callie Gillard, Atwater, California, will be your reserve. Great job. The reserve grand champion bear is sponsored by Sullivan Supply, and the banner is sponsored by Salt River Project. Thank y'all all. We've seen a lot of great livestock, but a lot more of the great set of kids. Be careful going home. Enjoy your time with your family for what's left of our holiday.